So current temperature is, it is currently 42 degrees or 6C. So 42 degrees, 6C. So I'm going to spin around so you guys can show you the sky. Not the trash cans, the sky. So gray day, windy, rainy. Right now with kind of a gap between rain, windy, rainy day today. Muddy. But the good thing is the daffodils. The daffodils are blooming. So very excited, very happy to see the daffodils blooming here along the edge of the fence. So very nice and lovely. It's gonna be a quick show today because I got a bunch of stuff to do, but we're just going to we're gonna say hi to everyone. We're gonna get some water for Lisa, make sure everybody's good to go, and yeah, we should be soon in the next couple days. I should be getting together all of the supplies to start planting some more seeds. We'll be planting some more seeds and that kind of stuff rather soon. You guys can see absolutely how soaking wet and crazy rainy it is everywhere. Just to give you more perspective, like look, see the water that's running down through Sylvia's. It's you know, cascading down over waterfalls. Just waterfall after waterfall. And then it's leading down into here and just causing more swampy mess. But that's okay. So we'll find other uses for this. So, hey, how is southwestern PA? You guys might be getting, well, you should have, I don't know if it's, maybe it's a little further south. I'm a little further south than you are, but we got some pretty good rain, some pretty good, I mean, you guys can see, pretty good amount of rain in the last couple days. Or really in the last couple hours, it really just started coming down. It seemed to be settling a little bit now, but I think there's some more high winds and some more rains on the way. I think you might be a little further north. This might not affect you, but it still could. So if it does, be careful. It's the wind that whipped through was pretty strong. So lots of crazy rain. But again, that's why we plan for all of the silliness here. So the dog man, hello, welcome. We're getting those things filled up, and then we're gonna go say hi to. We're gonna go give the animals all the food and such. So. Fun things of that sort. So Liverpool, hello to you as well. But yeah, you guys can see how much it's actually crazy raining. You guys can see the you can see that all of my dams, all of my little seasonal ponds are overflowing. So you can see this guy is really just overflowing right here. So So here, if you guys want to see, I'll show you. Here's some of these rabbits. They're about the size. They're about typical size of a rabbit. I don't know if there's anything I can give you in scale, but these are kind of the guys that just hang out here. So they're your normal size. They're your normal size rabbits. I would say medium, not large. There's nothing in scale. Can I feed them? Yeah. Well, let me get the water. As soon as I get all the water collected for Lisa, so that she's so she can feed and water everybody, we'll go through and I'll show you guys the rabbits that we have inside the cages and things of that sort, inside their enclosures. But I need to get this water. Need to get this water stuff filled up so we can continue on with our farm chores. that is what we were doing right now. So I've got my cistern and such here. So how much do I stream? I try to stream. Yeah, my camera's acting up. The gimbal, sorry. There we go. I try to stream every day, but it doesn't always turn out to be every day. But usually between on Eastern time, usually between like 2:30 and 4:30. So that's usually when we're streaming. So yeah, most everybody. I mostly stream a lot on DLive and Prohibited, so most people know what I look like. So not really a face reveal. It's just you haven't seen my face, or I haven't spun the camera around yet. So, but yeah, so those that are wondering, I stream roughly every day. We just stream farm chores, and then Wednesday nights we do stuff. So I'm in Eastern time. I'm here in I live in southern West Virginia. So I'm in a little town called Flat Top. If anybody's super interested, you can look up, I run what we do here is I run a nonprofit farm where I teach people gardening, farming, beekeeping, fun things like that. So Mavis Manor. Actually, I think it works on, yeah. Okay. I think if you type in exclamation point M, that should send you to the website for anybody that's watching. So I'm gonna spin back around. So yes, there he goes. Awesome. Yeah, that's my website. If you guys want to see all the cool stuff we teach here at the farm, and if you guys want to join the Discord, we talk about a lot of great things on the Discord as well. Exclamation point Discord. And you guys are welcome to join the Discord. And we don't just talk about farming and such on there, but a lot of the stuff we talk about farming, share pictures. All of us do lots of cool stuff on there as well. So if you're new, my friends call me Doc. My name is Justin, but most everybody calls me Doc. And as soon as I get this water and such into all the places, I'll then really get in there and show you the nitty-gritty of the animals, our barns, and what we have to do. So it's a muddy, muddy mess right now, the farm is. Just because we're leaving winter and going into spring. So there's even though it's a mess. So very excited about the bees. So spin back around. Do I delay on stream? There's what I found out is there's about an 8-second with DLive. There's about an 8-second delay. So what's up, dude? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, by the way, Stradcast, if you want to talk, like, you can hit me up on, since you were talking about earlier on the stream that you wanted to ask me something, you wanted to talk about something, you can hit me up on you can hit me up on Discord. And I usually got time to chit chat and such on there, so. Right now I'm just filling up the water. We're just getting this last little bit of filling up water. Let me show you guys the zoom out. So you that like to see the sky. Wind is just crazy whipping in today. Good day of Flat Top. If you guys peek up here, you guys can see how fast the clouds are rolling past. Fun things of that sort. Okay, cool. Water is full. let's get that water, let's get this water cleaned up again and take it to Lisa. And then we'll go say hi to all the bunnies and the chickens and ducks and rabbits and Sylvia, our pig, and all that kind of good stuff. So we have a pig. We've got three types of ducks. We have chickens. We've got chickens, and we have a chikar, and we have rabbits and guineas, and that's what we have here. So, oh, here, you want to see? Let's see if we can see. I can show you guys how much it's blowing, so you guys can get a good idea of the wind blowing there, and then the wind blowing at the front of my house. See if I can get them both in, so you guys can see how sometimes the house and the wind makes a difference, because you see the West Virginia flag there and the American flag out front. So it just can be crazy windy. And then if we swing over here to the weather station, so you guys can see the weather station's rocking it as well, and get you a nice little idea. By the way, guys, if you follow the Mavis Pharmacy page here on DLive, that's the weather station that gives you all of the temperature and such. That's the one that we use here. Or if you use like Weather Underground and you type in Flat Top, West Virginia, you'll see that's the weather station. The out the window weather station is the one we use. So put that in a couple years ago, because on the farm it's always nice having your own weather station, because you can really get good at predicting what the weather's going to be like, especially during like hay season, when we have to do hay and such like that. So quack quack ducks. Ducks love the mud. Going into the bunny barn, need to drop this off for Lisa, and then we'll go into the other barn and say hi to everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, let's go in and, well, let's say hi to Sylvia first. You guys probably want to say hi to Sylvia. She's just standing here. So, right, Miss Sylvia? Right? Eating your food. This is Sylvia. She's a 600-pound pig. She's our guard animal. She does a good job of keeping the things like the bears and coyotes and such away. The way we've got her little pen set up. She does a great job. She's just chowing away right now. So, and the ducks are down there. We'll be redoing, for those that know, that we'll be redoing her pin and such this year, so I'll be streaming some of that. Ooh, the sun is shining. And usually when the sun is shining like that, there's usually a rainbow. So before we head in, let's peek up at the sky. Let's see if we happen to see a rainbow. Usually it's going to be like somewhere about in that vicinity. Oh, she's very reliable. Bears do not like the smell of pigs, and she does not like coyotes at all. And so, like, if a coyote gets so close or something like that, she'll go chase it. So she's very territorial over stuff. The downfall is she doesn't really bother skunks and possums. She doesn't seem to have too much of an issue with. So those guys, she doesn't chase them off as much. But she does not like anything else. And bears know that a pig is something that they could give them a run for their money. So a lot of times you won't have to. So a lot of times that she won't mess with that. And bears just don't like the smell. So, yep, Flat Top, West Virginia is where I'm from. Okay, so here we are. Let me spin this around. So in the bunny barn, or here we are in the Kuppenheimer. That's the camera that you see on the other stream, which is actually should be up. So we've been rearranging a little bit in here. Again, remember guys, all these cages go outside during the summer months. And during the summer months, we take all of these cages out and they get to, these guys get to do a little bit of mowing for me and such like that. So for those that like Easter eggers or Americanos, these are what these guys look like. This is when we were breeding in this blue, this like gunmetal gray blue line. And so we did a pretty good job of being consistent. So you can see he's a really nice kind of like gunmetal gray or blue coloring. Only downfall is he's got a crazy personality. And by the way, in the next couple days, you guys can see his spurs, how long his spurs are. In the next couple days, I'm going to do a class with him and some other people to teach you guys, those of you that have chickens in the future, is teach you guys how to carefully take off those spurs, because you can actually just twist them right off. But we'll set that up and have a class and such. So. Then we got these guys just hanging out down here. So some hints for yos that think you're gonna have chickens and gonna raise them in the barn. Things that you're gonna want is you're gonna want a fan. You're gonna want some type of Christmas lighting or lighting of that kind of stuff. And then you're gonna want a radio to play noise and such in your barn. Those are 3 things that you're gonna be essential to having into your barn that are often overlooked by a lot of people that are getting into farming and such like that. So we're gonna head out here. Let's go say hi to the bunnies. We're gonna walk into the other bunny barn and see if the 1 baby bunnies are still hanging out at the bottom. We had one of the mom bunnies decide that she was gonna have some babies in the handy run right here. So we're gonna walk down. We're gonna see what's going on down here. Oh, this is the handy run. By the way, guys, you guys want to know, this is where there's another camera right in here. So this is the other place that there's a camera in the handy run. You guys can see my mess of wiring that I have to redo in the future. But let me spin this. I'm gonna grab a baby. Let's see if there's any baby bunnies still here. First and foremost, which I'm pretty sure there is. There is. And they're popcorny. So here's some of the small little baby bunnies. So still haven't caught it. Still haven't had a... I'll hold it like this so it's not so squirmy. So... Those eyes still aren't open yet. Let's see if there's any other colors in here. Ah, yeah, here's a calico one. Here's a cool little calico guy. Little calico guy who's peeing. So, you get all the excitement. Put them back in there so they stay nice and warm. It's a little chilly right now. Okay. Good. So yeah, this is the handy run. We're actually gonna be building another one of these, and you guys will get to see that on stream. You guys will be able to see this on stream as well. But we're gonna be building another one of these. We're gonna do it as an L-shaped. So the idea of the L-shaped is so that we can have 2 things, and then we'll have a little courtyard. And maybe in the courtyard we'll be able to use to hold hay and a few other things. So let's go look at the ponds. I want to show you how the ponds, how crazy they are. I also like to redocument the ponds for myself. So is when we go and look at the ponds, and I can always go back and review these, and then I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to need to address in the future, because I've been really building up the ponds and such like that. So anyway, thank you so much for keeping up with the subs. I very much appreciate it. So let's head on over to the ponds. Oh, by the way, guys, there's another one of the cameras. So, thank you here, kitty kitty. Thank you so much for the ice cream. Okay, so we got a big leak right here. Nice big leak. You guys can see right where Lisa's putting some rocks in place.
No, I just came over to do that.
So.
And then I'm gonna leave.
So we'll need to be addressing this. Again, it's always about trying to figure out. We got the ducks over there on another really big leak right there. Again, these are just things like as we try to build this earthwork dam up and try to get it so that it does more and more, always working on trying to figure out the best way to set up the leaks, the best way to get the water flowing properly, and using the recycled materials and such that we have so that we can do this as best as possible. So.
Okay, I think that didn't do anything, so.
No, it slowed it down. Again, that's all we're trying to do, slow it down, and then what you do is just put silt in and such between the rocks. So we're gonna walk over this way. You guys can see this this duck, he's just hanging out right up here. What I don't know, okay, so the pipes are working over here. You can see how they're running out here. That's actually about the width of the pond, the height of the pond right now is about the height that I'm kind of really want it to be. So, so we got this leak right here. We'll have to be addressing, but it's coming along a lot. It's coming along a lot better than it was. And I said I got my emergency runoffs so that it floods exactly what I want it to flood. And we got this pond in here that I'll be building up and doing some more stuff with. But still very happy with how it's turning out, doing exactly what it's supposed to right now. Yeah, can't really complain. Just addressing a couple of the little issues, knowing where it leaks, and we'll be good to go. Never ending, especially when you're working on an earthworks dam yourself and you're trying to get it set up so you can get the pond. For those that didn't know, this was actually two separate ponds, and then the ice came through and broke this little wall. So then over the course of this year so far, I've just put in this retaining wall that the ducks are currently standing on, using some old wood that I had for some markers so it doesn't flood away. And we'll come in when the spring comes and I really start addressing this. What we're going to do is we're going to get this packed down really, really good. We'll get some dirt, we'll mound over dirt, and then we'll line this top with a bunch of rocks, and then we'll backfill it this way. And then I'll have to figure out where I'm going to put a pressure overflow, because it's always a good idea to have an overflow. Like as you guys can see, like probably right here where this duck is, there's an overflow. It's overflowing right there on its own. So just different things we need to address. Again, always something on the farm, always something. Hence the reason, I don't know if you guys see this ditch. So we had to put this in here because coming off the mountain behind us, because we'll spin around. As you guys can see, as stuff comes off the top of Flat Top Mountain, a lot of stuff runs, a lot of rain and such runs down this way, and we're regularly going downhill. So instead of working against nature, just figure out where the water wants to run and set up little paths so it runs where you want it to run. So, oh, let's go over and see the other young bunnies. Since you guys saw the baby bunnies, little young bunnies are very good. We're also going to, as you guys see these wooden decks and stuff here, we're going to be adding in more and more wooden decks and more wooden paths. It just makes sense. Those were kind of just trials. That's why they're kind of the junk wood. I had junk wood sitting around. I wanted to run some trials. I wanted to see how long they would last out there in the season, and they seem to be doing a fairly good job. So here we are in the bunny barn. Let me turn the young bunnies. So we got some young baby bunnies in here. Lisa just gave some food to. So part of the reason that L-shaped building we're going to be building is going to become the new bunny barn. Since bunnies seem to be something that we end up having an ample amount of. And will be something that we're going to start focusing on rehoming, selling, things of that sort. Those are things that we'll be addressing in the future. Breeding bunnies, because, you know, bunnies have a lot of benefits. They can be companion animals. They can create you awesome soil. So if you guys go back and you watch one of the other older videos where we're cleaning out the bunny barn, you guys can see how awesome the soil is, because bunnies do a great job of doing that. So here, kitty, no, your favorite bunny, I'll show you your favorite bunnies. Just give me 1 second. Your favorite bunnies are actually right behind me. They've just been rehomed. These guys are newer ones. So your favorite one, I think he's over here. Here, kitty. Let me see where he is at. Okay, I think he's hiding right here. Well, he's hiding under there with his friends, but he's right there hiding in the back right now. He's just can't. Oh no, there he is. So you can kind of see the gray. Actually, that one might not be him. He might be the other one. So I'm not sure. No, it's the other one. Let's go to. I know where your favorite bunny is. Let's go. Oh, you think? I think he's in here, and if not, let's go make sure. We're gonna go over to where the other one is, because there was two that started looking very much like that one you liked. We're gonna walk down here and see if this other one happens to be your favorite. If that one wasn't it, I think that one was it. But let's double check, because we want to make sure we know exactly where Kitty's favorite bunny is. If it's not in there, then it's going to be over here. See, ducks don't mind. They'll find ponds that they like anytime. Lisa, where do we put the black bunny with the white? Is he in here?
Which one?
The black bunny with the white chest, the lion head.
He's out in the other barn.
Oh, okay.
That one has, there's one with a little teeny bit of.
Okay, yeah.
But the ones that we were watching are in the.
Okay, yeah, here, kitty. It was in that one barn. We did see that. That one was it up on the chair. He was just hiding really well. It made it harder for us to see.
In the barn?
Yeah.
The babies discovered how to get up top with mom.
Okay.
I don't know how they're jumping up that high. It's amazing, but I saw a little kids move up there.
You guys can see the.
You know what? Those are the babies. When you walk into the right, that's where the other.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, guys, look at this. I want to show you guys this. This is where we planted the watermelons. You guys, if you guys remember, this is where we planted the watermelon. But here is the oregano. The oregano is just absolutely taken over. So in the spring, we're going to be pulling up all these. So. I can now have to pull these and pull these. So. Yeah, dude, if you want, whenever you're down this way, come hang out. And yeah, actually, let's go get the little hay now. Yeah, if you're ever down this way, I'm just about 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes off of Interstate 77. There's my Victorian house. It kind of stands out in Flat Top. Or you can just type in Mavis Manor and swing by, and we'll go hiking up. It's not really climbing because we can actually walk up to the top, but it is, we can go up. I think it's the 4th highest spot in the state of West Virginia. So we can go up there, and you can say that you've climbed Flat Top Mountain here in West Virginia. So if you're around, please stop by and visit. That would be cool. So we're gonna go and get some hay. That's what we're getting right now. This is my, for those that watch the fun adventure throughout the course of the year, the hay tent's still kind of holding up. It's just as it just keeps crumbling more and more, but it's absolutely still protecting the hay, which is its #1 job. But we're slowly taking all the hay out of here. And as we take all the hay out of here, it'll just ultimately get better and better, and then we'll be taking this apart. And that was interesting. Sorry, guys. Hold on. I dropped you guys. Give me just a second. You guys get to look on the ceiling for a second while I fix what I dropped. Because I just popped the, here, I'll put you guys right there. I just popped you guys on the ground. You guys get to see my gimbal. I have to put my gimbal back together. I just have to figure out how I put it back. I just have to figure out how I put the little straps back in. I guess I don't. So no worries. My little foot thing, I'll have to repair this, but I'll have to repair my little foot thing. So let me just cut the hay, get that ready for us. So that I can get the hay cut and then grab the hay because Lisa needed some hay. So I usually keep the clippers. These just happen to be an old pair of clippers that I have. I always keep the clippers in here, just jammed into the hay like that. The reason for that, it might sound silly, but the reason for that is whenever I need clippers, I know right where they're at. So a lot of times here on the farm, we have a lot of stuff in practical spots, even though it might seem like it's not the best place for them. It's all about having the tool easily accessible when you need it. Because really, that's kind of the most important thing. You'll find out when you homestead, when you farm, when you have animals, is that if you don't have the tool nearby where you need it, then it's going to cause you a headache. Actually, I need to check something. Okay, so see, I want to show you guys this. This is a telltale sign, and this happens a lot on bottom. This happens a lot on the bottom ones. You guys can see how this hay is starting to go bad. Now, the top part of the hay is good, but the bottom part of the hay is bad. So when it comes to that hay, that will not be hay I give to any of my animals. That'll be hay that I use for like permaculture and for putting into flower beds and such like that. So that's one of the downfalls, that even if you try to put hay on the ground and you try to set it up the way I did, it still can cause additional issues. So the camera's going to get rotatey here for just a second while I put the gimbal back on. And let me reconnect get my power on my gimbal back up. Okay, cool. We're back to being able to negotiate again. So I'm going to use this hay. I'm going to leave this hay right here, and I'm going to be using this for other purposes. This particular hay is still good. So we'll take this over to the bunnies. So that's one of the things. Bottom layers of hay in your hay barn, you do run the risk of it not being as good as the other stuff. So, Oh yeah, I shaved my beard the other day. I was kind of I was trying something new, and now I'm just letting it come back. So it doesn't take long before I start having a nice beard again. But yes, that's what happened. I shaved it, and I do that a couple times a year, kind of freshen up, just kind of get things a little different. So I'll be adding some more. I did a talk the other day. I'll be adding some more dreads as well, some faux dreads into my. So.
I look in there. It's like a glass floor. You can see all the bunnies underneath.
Okay, so hold on, Lisa. There's a couple. Okay, here's some for you.
Oh, I'm downwind. It just got my eyes.
Here, Kitty, thank you again. Have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, you were right. One of the most important things is to always know, is to know what your mistakes and to plan for them, because they're going to happen, and there's some crazy stuff that's always going to happen and such like that. So you always need to figure out what's the best way to deal with that. What I was pointing out, Lisa, is like, be careful of some of that hay in that other barn. There's a couple spots that are bad in it. Most of the hay is good, but there's some bad spots in that.
We usually get it like that.
Yeah, well, that's actually not as bad as some of the other spots. So,
Okay.
so we're gonna take this bad hay, and we're gonna take it over. So, the other thing about using hay when you do the earthworks dam is the hay will actually pack in, and it'll help hold it tight. So it's a good thing to put in where the hay is bleeding over and such like that. So I'm gonna go toss this in. And of course, it's not gonna stop it. By any means, it's not gonna stop the water from coming in. But what it does is it allows you to stand on it and just really kind of pack it in good. So I'll show you what I just did so you guys can see. So there's where I packed it down, and then as I put more dirt on it, and as I pack down later today, and just keep packing it down, it kind of will ultimately lock it in. And as we get more hay, as the ducks walk across it, as it ages, as it starts deteriorating and such like that, it'll pack down a little bit better. And as we just keep going by, we're doing this as a real slow tactic. It's just kind of a slow and steady is the way that we're focusing. It's kind of the way we're focusing on that today. There's the pond cam. So there's the pond cam. So yeah, it's almost like a mortar. That's a good way to put it. It's a mortar. It kind of helps lock things in and cool things like that. So yeah, there really is no such thing as bad hay. There's just hay that you don't feed animals. It's just hay has a different use. So you always are trying to find the different use for the hay so that you're doing something cool with it. Something I wanted to do earlier today and I can't remember. I do remember now. Thank you guys for reminding me. Because I need to switch up the extension cord in here so that I don't need this heavy extension cord in here for the power that I'm running to this. So this is where that new this is where we're going to be building that new shed. So right now, because I don't have a shed, I'm just building. I have this little hay. I have this little beehive. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. So I'm going to have to switch up. So that's not going to work. So I do need that one in here. So just had an old beehive that bees come in, plastic beehive, a spare one of those. It stays pretty watertight, so that's why I'm using it there. It's all about using what you got, because a lot of times you don't have yeah, I do roost trout gardens up in the way. Well, actually, we can walk up and check out one of those. So we'll go do that now, because I don't know where the other extension cord is that I'm looking for. So we'll go check out the roost trout garden plot now as we walk up, and I'll show you guys where I'll be planting the potatoes and what we did with all of the old chicken hay. actually all the old bunny hay from if you guys watched from me earlier cleaning out a couple days ago, and where I move it all. So these are the marker gardens. These are the garden area that I started. Most of you guys watched me start it last year, and this year we'll be really extending it. So part of the reason I'm focusing in the marker gardens actually just outside of the lab is because I'm slowly extending the lab. A lot of you have heard this story many times, but those that are new, as I extend the lab between this lab and the marker garden, is we're going to be building the interns dormitories, so that we can have interns and they can have you know, the idea of having housing, but they can have it right by where everything that they're going to need, have good high-speed internet, power, everything that they're going to need, but still have a little bit of privacy away from the main house structure, so that when I get interns in the future to help out and teach and such like that. So, okay. So let me spin down as we continue down the bunny trail. You guys will see the loops. These are the Ruth Strout garden plots. What that is that's where you just take hay, and instead of tilling, you put hay down. I happen to be using old hay. Old hay, and so that's why I'm doing this. I still need to get in. It's a little bit higher down here than I want, so I'll just have to rake this, but because we're going downhill. So for those that don't know the layout, so you guys see the house just on the other side, from about there to the upside there, that's where the farm is. The tent is that white thing right there, and right there is the top of that is the top of my barn, so you guys can kind of see the layout. But here's the Ruth Strout. This is where we'll be putting some plastic and some stuff here, so I can start my growing season a little bit sooner, since, you know, we get frost here up until Mother's Day. And then right through there is we'll be adding some more hay and such on top of those garden plots. And then you guys can see the piles of sticks and such up there. So we're gonna do some makeshift fencing with those sticks. We're also gonna be using those sticks for hugelkultur ideas, and it's also just cool to have piles of sticks around. So, you know, why not just have, you know, piles of sticks? So always useful purposes of having, you know, different piles of sticks. You guys can watch. I'll stand still for a second. Let me take a breath so I can stand still, so you guys can see the clouds kind of zoom, nice rolling past. Yeah, if I try it, I'm telling you, man, if I try to chance it early, every year I try to chance the frost early, it comes back and bites me in the ass, and I have to replant. So I have just opted that I don't chance it anymore. I'll just grow some more stuff inside, or I start doing some garden plots like this. Or this year, we do plan on doing, later this year, we're going to plant some more and do some greenhouses. So I also want to show you guys can see how the clouds are moving in a slightly different direction this way. It's kind of cool the way the clouds form over the mountain. And then if we look back here behind us, up Flat Top Mountain, you guys can see the clouds rolling in as well. No, cool, dude. I hope you have an awesome. You'll have to tell me about how cool it turns out. I'll be very interested. By the way, guys, I mailed out the first bit of seeds to those that wanted seeds. So if anybody out there was on the seed list and you guys have received your seeds yet, let me know. And if you haven't received your seeds yet and you are on the seed list, let me know as well, and I'll mail you guys out some more, just in case it gets lost in the mail, because that happens to me sometimes down here. But I just want to let everybody know I mailed out the seeds. Look forward to them coming in the mail very soon. So beautiful. Beautiful windy day. I love windy days here in Flat Top. It's usually always windy, but just extra love windy days. I learned the other day that not everybody likes windy days. That some people, they feel drained on windy days. And they think a lot of it has to do with the ion movement. I, on the other hand, feel energized on windy days. So I find that very interesting. I'd like to have some conversations about people that feel drained on windy days. So. Oh, quail! That is cool. I used to raise quail when I lived in the suburbs. I used to raise quail, and quail are a great animal to have early homesteading, and for suburban or urban homesteading, one of the best. They'll produce you lots and lots of great eggs. You can also eat the quail. Just a really, really good quail, and then maybe adding rabbits into your mix. And you've got a really, really nice thing for suburban or urban homesteading. So I'm also going to go to try morel hunting this year, because every year I try to go find some morels. And the reason I go morel hunting is because I have I teach a class on how to propagate more morels. And since I got a lot of wood chips this year and a lot of other stuff, I'm going to start propagating more and more morels. You just make this morel slurry soup, and it really helps with the propagation and having more and more, trying to grow more and more in your regional area, if your area supports a morel population. Molly moochers are more of a colloquial local term that you hear people use. So yeah, hit me up later if you on Discord or some mail, or we'll talk here on D Live at some point. But I'll teach you the little tricks, or I'll send you the little class on how to. You only need one mushroom. You only need one mushroom to be able to propagate more in the future. It takes more than a year. Like once you take that one mushroom and you propagate it and you turn it into a slurry, it'll take a couple years to produce more. But it's just totally well worth it to sacrifice one, with the potential of having lots and lots, being able to seed more and more mushrooms in your area and grow lots of many. Totally worth it. So. Yeah, I have I'm not sure if the link is on my, I'm not sure if that link is on my class or not on the page, but if not, I'll make sure it's up there. And if not, if it isn't up there, I'll make sure it's up there. And I need to rewrite that class anyways. It's one of the classes that I'm kind of slacking at. I have a bunch of classes that are a few years old that I just haven't re-brought up to par. And again, if there's anything else out there, any other classes anybody out there in internet land would like me to try to teach and to things of that sort, let me know. And I will put some more classes up on the website. So. Oh, they are very, very tasty. So, and again, the idea is once you do this slurry, the idea is you have the potential of, if you do the slurry right and you put the slurry in the right particular area, you have the potential of just completely reseeding this. So let me show you this, guys. The sky's awesome from right here. There's some pretty big, cool clouds just right up there. So that's the garden plots that we were just at just a minute ago. So, and there's kind of the lab from a porch view. Still be a couple weeks for me to get that new camera. It's about we're gonna put a camera overlooking the entire farm. We're gonna mount it on top of the house, and then we're gonna have it overlook the farm. And if all goes well, we're gonna have it programmable so you guys can zoom in and pan left and right and all that kind of stuff. I have to get up. It's about $60, so I'm on the process of saving up 60 so I can snag that camera and put it up on the site. So as soon as I get that in place, we will have that camera up as well. And for those that don't know, you guys can also jump on Mavis Pharmacy here on D Live. That's Lisa's page. That's the 24/7. That's the 24/7 streaming site. of what's going on at the farm. It should be up right now. It was up earlier before I came outside. So it'll be the one that as soon as I finish the stream today, it's what I'll switch over to. So I'll be hosting that one as well, so you guys can see. Well, guys, I think it's I'm gonna go try to get a couple things accomplished before the rain starts swinging back, because radar says that we're supposed to be getting a lot more rain in a bit, and I want to get a few more things done before that radar kicks in. So, anyways, friends, again, thank you guys very much for joining me today. I'm gonna try to get back to being more regular, doing the shows on a fairly regular basis, but just had a lot going on. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. It's Baron Doc Justin, whatever you guys like to call me. So, I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Adios.